You ready? Yeah, the Rizzo Show starts now.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo, with co-host Mike Polk Jr.
Hang on, Mike. I gotta turn this down. Otherwise, I can hear Katie yelling at me in my ear. Folks, I have a thing in my ear. I don't know if you know that or not, but they're talking to me while I'm talking to you.
The magic of television.
When are you going to get a thing in your ear?
I don't want to listen to anybody. I'm too excited right now.
Don't mess with the man. Welcome, everybody. It's a Sunday celebration of Victory Sunday. Woo! Christmas came a little early last night. What did you think last night? Now, you said the Browns won ugly, but winning ugly is still winning.
That's exactly it, and that is a huge step in the right direction, winning ugly. I mean, that was you didn't feel like totally in control that whole game, but you never felt like we were out of it. Baker was not his best game, but he looked composed and great, and that's the kind of game you got to win when you're an improving football team.
Right. I was a little worried. Now, listen, we're going to pick it up with the fourth down thing, where Greg Williams had called a timeout. We actually, folks, watch the video. A guy goes offside. We think we've got the first down. Right. But Greg Williams, if you see, look on the sidelines, he called timeout right before that play started. So I thought, Michael, he was going to kick a field goal, make it a 4-point game. Right. He said, you know what? No. That was a terrible play call.
It was a terrible call.
And I was worried. Were you worried right then and there that we were done?
I thought it was a terrible call. I thought they should have gone for the field goal like most people. And I do think, go ahead.
But he said we're aggressive. That's how they played.
I get it.
And they won.
He's got them playing at a high level. He's got the mentality of this team, feeling like he can win in those situations. He trusted his defense, but it was still a bad call. And if we would have ended up losing that game, Greg Williams is no longer being talked about as a head coach candidate because that play would have stuck with him, and it would have it would have broken the Greg Williams spell. I'm glad it worked out, but it was still the wrong call, even though it ended up working out.
Right, even though like the Broncos coach did the same thing.
Yes.
And now he's going to be out.
Yes, he probably is.
Were you screaming at your TVs, offensive coordinator Freddie Kitchens? I think I was at that point. Look, here's what I loved about last night. Okay. The Browns didn't play a great game. They came out all fired up. Did you know Kobe Bryant talked to the Browns Friday? Did you see that?
Yep.
Gave him a little pep talk.
It inspired him. And if there's that's a stone cold killer right there.
And that's what he is. And I thought they came out and played really well. But then they got into a lull. Look, it's not easy to play in Mile High. Folks, did you notice the way Denver ran the no-huddle in the first and second quarters? You know why they do that? To get you out of gas. So you're breathing up in that altitude. It almost worked because the Browns in the second and third quarter went to sleep. But how about this? The Browns made the plays when they had to in the end of the game to win. Baker Mayfield didn't have his best game, didn't have a game. He still won. He still led a drive down the field. That's what you want from your quarterback. Michael, he is amazing to me as a rookie quarterback.
I totally agree.
Amazing.
And how many times over the past 20 years have we been in that same situation where we're trying to find a way to lose that game at the end, and we're all expecting it to be a tragic, travesty like usual. But for the first time in a long time, I did not feel like that game was ever out of reach. I didn't feel like we were going to blow it necessarily. I'm like, this could go either way, which is all we want, is to say this could go either way, not just always against us.
We used to feel like that for Browns games. Let's do it again. What do you think of Greg Williams? Where are you with him right now? He's 4-2. 4-2. They're fighting for him, bud. I mean, they really are.
They're playing hard.
It's one of those things where, I didn't think he was going to be a real contender, but if they finish 6-2 in his final 8 games, how are you going to get rid of this guy?
All that I want is for us to not decide, for you to not decide, for me to not decide, for Jimmy Haslam to not decide. I just want it to be up to John Dorsey. That would make me the happiest person in the world. I don't want
bad news.
I know.
Partner, I'm sorry. Folks, the Haslams are going to make this call. Dorsey's going to probably give them 2 or 3 finalists, but make no mistake, Jimmy and Dee are going to hire the head coach. It's the way it works in the NFL. This is your CEO of your company, so the owners make the call. You're worried about that?
Do you trust, though, the Haslams, when Dorsey gives them those 3 candidates, do you trust him to pick from those 3 candidates?
I do.
Do you actually think he'll listen to Dorsey, or do you think he's going to go over his head?
I think they will listen because John right now is the golden boy. How about this, too? The Browns got help from people last night who we didn't expect.
Right.
One of which, I tell you, Jabril Peppers played the game of his career.
This is his coming out party.
It really was.
I
thought he would be playing like this when we drafted him. I know it's taken a couple of years, but the plays he made, here's the big interception right. That's a fantastic play to come over. And then, of course, he sealed the win with the sack. Michael, everybody's starting to come together.
Yeah.
And you know what?
There it is.
Yeah,
God, that was a great feeling.
Come on.
Did the room you were in blow up when that happened?
Well, it was just me and my wife. But
Oh,
yeah,
still.
we went crazy.
That's
we were
good. I'm
dancing.
glad.
Right, yeah.
No,
interception in the end zone and then the sack.
Yes, and this guy, you're right. He has been disappointing last year. He hasn't had the best attitude through the whole thing. He's blamed the wrong people in the media as far as saying that it's because we don't like Michigan. No, when you play like that, we're going to love you.
We don't
care where you're from.
We don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, who cares? But and if you want to keep getting loved by this city, keep making plays like that. And you see this sometimes where a player has a hard time his rookie year. It's a hard adjustment to make, and then they bounce back and all of a sudden find their groove. And I hope that's the case with Peppers, because there's a reason that we drafted him where we did, and I hope that he's remembering why that is.
Well, Baker Mayfield, as I said, didn't have a game last night, but he did enough to win. All Baker does is win, and this is how he gets the trust of his teammates. Watch this. A pass to Jarvis Landry makes it look special, right? Watch. Okay? Now, Look who's helping him up. Who's helping him up?
Yeah.
That's Baker.
That goes a long way.
You know, the report was when he came out of Oklahoma that the players and everyone, coaches at Oklahoma, were all following him around. That's why Dorsey went with Baker Mayfield, because you need an overcomer. He can overcome just about anything, including a couple of bad quarters by himself.
Sure. And obviously the Houston defensive line, because they're all like 6'7", and he kept, that's still presenting a bit of a problem.
There were 2 passes knocked down last night.
But overall, you're right. Last night he did, and I was talking about Houston back then when we had that was really his only bad loss.
Right.
Was Houston.
Right.
And that was because I think they were very oversized on the line. But you're right. It's even the height thing he's overcome for the most part, and everyone's doubts, including ours. He's got this team playing and they will kill for him right now, and they will do it for Greg Williams. Yeah.
Baker. Time for the Rizzy recap. The Browns are 2-0 under the lights, Michael. Baker's a primetime player.
He likes this.
It's not a coincidence, kids. No. It's really not. I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year because Saquon Barkley plays in New York.
Like a monster, yep.
But I'll tell you what, Baker could probably deserve to win that award, and I don't think a lot of people would say anything. And man, come get some. 4-2, Greg Williams is interim coach. Oh, by the way, the Browns are 2-0 in December.
Yeah.
You know when the last time I could say that was? Like in the 90s.
There was another ridiculous stat from yesterday. You know how we're blowing up all these terrible records we've had for a long time. First out-of-state win that we've had since 2014. Isn't that a fun one?
What do you mean out of state?
That's it. Like we've beat Cincinnati and stuff like that.
And people at home.
And people at home. Yeah, that's it. So, and that was the first one. So that's since 2014. So congratulations, you guys.
Can you believe, Michael, we only have 2 games left.
And they're meaningful.
In the regular season. Next week, Hugh's back.
Yep.
That's a guaranteed win. The
you think so?
Guaranteed
okay,
win
I'd like to hear
night.
it.
Bengals come to town to wrap up our home schedule, and then, oh my.
Yep.
Maybe that game will be for something.
Could be.
I know, even if we get to knock the Ratbirds out of the playoffs, I would take that in a heartbeat.
That'd be fun.
You know who's happy about that last game?
Who's that?
Huh?
Oh, that son of a gun. Art Modell, who's currently in hell.
You know what? I think it's time for him to get his.
Yeah, I think it is.
I really do. I love the horns.
Yeah. I remember when I could dance like that.
Who do you dislike more, the ghost of Art Modell or Hugh Jackson?
Oh, don't make me choose. They're both awful in their own ways, and both of them have been exorcised from this city, I believe, this year.
Coming up, look who's back. Dan. Author Dan Coghlan will be here to talk about his latest book. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rizzo Show. Time now to bring in our good friend Dan Coghlan, of course, Hall of Fame writer, broadcaster at Fox 8 for many years. He retired as commissioner of Friday Night Touchdown. We're going to try and
we'll get him back.
next
Well,
year.
you know, I can always change my mind.
Yes,
That's right. You're allowed. Dan, you wrote another book. You told me you'd never write 2, but this is number 4.
Yes, it is. And every time I come out with a book, people say, you should have written about this or that, so I get more ideas.
So what is the name and title of this book?
This one is Just One More Story.
Just One More Story. You talk about all the people you've covered in sports, all the great stories. Jen, you're a great storyteller. You always were. You know, you did the columns and everything. I want you to tell Michael the story about how you discovered LeBron James before anybody else.
First TV station in Cleveland to discover LeBron James.
You hear that, everybody?
So, St. Vincent, he's a freshman. St. Vincent St. Mary has just qualified for the state Final Four in basketball. It has become automatic ever since then, but that was first.
Very new back then.
So Channel 8 sent me down to Akron to do a story on them. Their last practice, got them going. They're going to get on the bus and go down to Columbus. Good luck to the Fighting Irish down there. So we shoot some of their practice and interview the coach, of course, Keith Dambrot, and talk to Maverick Carter and another senior, the co-captains. So we're packing up our gear to head back and get it on the 6 o'clock show. And I say so long to Keith and thanks for your help. And he said, "Did you talk to LeBron?" I said, LeBron,
hadn't occurred to you.
LeBron, is he that freshman? I said, "No, I got your seniors." He said, "You ought to talk to LeBron." So, okay, what do I ask LeBron? I didn't know.
He was a freshman.
Right.
Yes.
Dan, what was he, 15?
He was 15, and I didn't know that he was the best player on the team.
And in the world, really.
And yes. And so, yes.
At some point.
So anyway, I asked him a probing question. Said, "What's it like? How do these older players treat you?" And wow. So what? And he said, "Yeah, well, they treat me. They treat me fine. However, what? 8 seconds, an 8-second soundbite. Come back and we throw that 8-second soundbite on the air just for Keith,
right?
Sure.
Because he wanted it so bad.
Right.
Little did I know.
Wow.
So for years afterward, we used that 8 seconds, that probing 8 seconds.
You had to be talked into interviewing LeBron James.
Yes.
And you also have a story about his very protective mother during one of these games. Gloria, bless her heart.
Cleveland State Convocation Center.
Brush?
Brush.
Is it Brush?
St.
Mary
Brush, yes. And Brush had Roy Hall. Remember later played?
Sure. Yeah, good player.
Played football at Ohio State. Anyway, LeBron is going in for the layup, a dunk, whatever, and Roy Hall undercut him under the basket. They both go sprawling.
And it was, I remember, like, it was a hard fall. Like, everybody went,
oh.
Yes.
You know.
Out of the stands comes LeBron's mother, Gloria. Following her comes Roy Hall's mother out on the court. And now they're getting into it. Wow.
Yeah.
My mom would have done the same thing, man. My mom would have run out there.
Don't step between Mama Bear and her cubs.
Thrill a second with LeBron and Gloria back.
I love that both moms were on the floor fighting.
Yes.
And
I'm not sure that they really came to blood, but they were in each other's faces.
For the story, let's say they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dan, the irony of him delivering the championship to this town for the first time in 50 years, like, we never would have guessed that in a million years. Back in the 90s.
He didn't even want to interview him. Think about that.
Yeah, right,
you know?
right.
Yeah,
Dan, now, are you on tour? Are you book touring right now? Where are you?
This is, let me see, this past week.
I know if I get you in your car, I can get one, right?
Yeah. Trunk of my car. Tax-free zone.
Sure. Tax-free, baby. But you got appearances coming up.
Yeah. Now, next week, leading up to Christmas, I'm not to cut them down. But last week, for instance.
Sure.
I had a book signing in the last week. Gunzelman's Tavern in Fairview.
Good burgers.
The West End Tavern. Yeah, very good. West End Tavern in Lakewood.
Dan knows every good burger in town.
Amici's Restaurant in North Royalton.
There you go.
The Softball Hall of Fame yesterday. And it went on, went on and on and on. Yeah. Mitchell's Tavern.
How much is the book?
It's only $15.
And what a stocking stuffer. For a Cleveland sports fan, all kidding aside.
Well, it's a little more, $15.95 maybe on Amazon. And at the bookstores, at all the bookstores. Yeah. I did a couple signings at Barnes & Noble's in Metter and at Fairlawn this past week.
Cool.
Yeah. They're flying off the shelves at the bookstores.
They're flying off the shelves.
That's nice. Get yours, everybody.
Stocking stuffer. Get them now. Dan, great to see you.
Tony,
congratulations on the new book.
You'll be back here with your 5th book, right? After your, right? Dan,
you better be.
Listen, at 80 years old, you don't make long-range plans.
We'll day by day.
What I just wanted, my long-range plan is to turn 81.
And you're ready around. Dan, great to see you. More Rizzo Show with Mike and I when we return. Hey now, welcome back. We were just talking about all the Emmy Awards we won.
Oh my gosh.
And we never went to go get the trophies.
What a bunch of winners we are.
Folks, still celebrating our Browns win. I don't know if you saw this, but earlier this week, Cavs owner Dan Gilbert made the news in Detroit. He was at a building opening, and somebody got him and said, look, you're rumored to be buying the Tigers and or the Lions. Dan said no. There is no truth to that. He said at this time they are not looking to buy or acquire any other sports teams. He does not plan on selling the Cavaliers anytime soon.
Right.
And I just wanted everybody to know, because I think that was the first time he spoke publicly about that.
Right.
And, you know, I know Dan's had a little checkered of a past here and run-ins, but he is the only owner in Cleveland with a championship, and he ended a drought for 50 years, and you know I love him. So I wanted to get that out there. Now, Michael, are you ready to spin the wheel?
You bet. Let's spin that Rizzy wheel. Let's talk about these topics.
Holiday season, the naughty list. Mike, who's on your naughty list?
Boy, that's tough. I would say people. There are still people who are doubting in the national media Baker Mayfield, as you'll notice, and still hoping that this thing's not real and everything. And it's bothering me at this point. It's like, just give us this. Allow us to be excited about this. So I would put that on my naughty list.
The Indians are going to be on my naughty list if they trade Trevor Bauer.
So that would specifically be the Dolanses, though. Right?
Trevor Bauer. Well, it would be Chris Antonetti and Mike Chernoff.
Right, but he's acting at the
that's true. They would be, but
it's not like Chris Antonetti's like, I don't want to spend my money.
Corey Kluber, please don't trade Bauer. He's coming back with a vengeance this year.
Yeah,
all
he's
right,
furious.
let's go. Spin it again.
Spin that bad boy.
Spin that bad boy. Let me guess. Oh, the niceness. Oh, the nicest. John Dorsey right now is at the top of my list.
Is it your nice list?
He is Santa Claus to me, kids. He found me my franchise quarterback. Thank you, Dors.
I will, I'll also put him on the nice list, but I also have to put, and this one's honestly pretty important to me, I want to put the Uber driver who handled me and my father on the way home from watching the Browns game last night.
Wow. Where were you?
The Browns. We were on the east side hanging out with our good friend Tim Misney. What's up, Tim?
Hey!
I'm just name dropping left and right here. But
right.
Anyways, on the way back, we gave that Uber driver quite an earful after celebrating a win pretty hard. Thank you very much for your service.
Yeah, just roll it, Kate. Stop
who
yelling
cares?
at me. The fire log. KFC has a log that smells like fried chicken that you could put in your fireplace.
That's repulsive, obviously, but we're talking about it. So that marketing person did a very nice job.
Sold out.
Yeah, it's
Can't
done.
buy one, Michael.
This is America, everybody.
KFC.
America.
Nothing says Christmas like fried chicken.
Yep, I don't know.
All right, one more. Are we done or no? Oh, we're done. All
okay,
right. I know a place.
Good spinning.
I know a place where you can get some good chicken.
Where?
How about our favorite place, the Roxino?
I love that place.
It is all rocked out. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations.
They do a nice job every year there.
We're going to do another show there very soon. I think we did like 3 or 4 there this year.
Yep.
You know, you can gamble, grab dinner at Kozar's. For what is more happening at the Roxino, let's check in with Paula.
Yeah, let's see what Paula has to say.
Hey Rockstars, it's Paula, and this is What's Up at the Roxino. Celebrate good times during our 5th anniversary with $5 million in free play and prizes at Hard Rock Roxino, Northfield Park. Swipe your Rockstar Rewards card at any Roxino kiosk every day, December 1st through 23rd from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. for your chance to win free play. Plus, swipe at any kiosk to print your golden ticket every day until December 23rd for your chance to win a Volkswagen Beetle during select Sunday drawings at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Treat yourself to an amazing 4-course meal special at Kozar's Wood-Fired Grill and Delight in the Kozar's Happy Hour every Sunday through Thursday, featuring delicious bites from the exclusive Happy Hour menu. Direct from Broadway, the 2016 America's Got Talent finalists, the Clairvoyants, bring their world champion mentalism performance to Hard Rock Live Saturday, January 19th at 8 o'clock p.m. Prepare to be amazed. Find your rhythm at the Hard Rock Roxino, Northfield Park. Vegas experience, Ohio address.
Again? What are we? We're 4-2-1.
I believe we're 4-2-1.
At our stadium.
At our stadium.
All right,
that's our house, yeah.
Folks, as shocking as it is, don't forget, stay tuned to Game Day Prime, followed by our good friends, Big Chuck and Lil John, coming up right here on Fox 8. All right, Michael, the Browns will wrap up their home schedule next Sunday as they welcome back the Cincinnati Bengals. Baker kind of called out the fans, if you remember, a week ago. Are you expecting a packed house? I mean, you know, we're still in this thing.
We don't get to see many exciting games like this that are somewhat meaningful, and even just where we're still supporting a good team.
Right.
Do you know how hard it was for me to unload my season, get somebody to go with me when I had season tickets to the December 23rd game?
We couldn't give away sweet tickets, folks, last year. at ESPN Cleveland. I expect everybody to show up at the stadium. It's been a hell of a year. It's not Christmas, and we don't.
Yeah.
You know, like we got
pre-Christmas celebration.
There you go. Let's go. Come on down, kids.
Part of the party.
Any plugs for
Come
Mike Polk?
Pickwick and Frolic on Tuesday. We're doing a holiday show on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Come down and hang out.
Holiday show?
Yes, it's going to be a lot of like Christmas themed sketches.
Are you somewhere on New Year's Eve?
Yes, I am, but it's like a dumb private party for rich people that I don't know. I'm not rich.
Wow. How rich do you have to be to hire Mike Polk Jr. to come to your house?
It's me, then a juggler, and then they bring out the trained dogs.
I did not get the invite, folks. Thank you all very much. Go Browns. Go Baker. Good to be alive.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Go Browns.
everybody.